Hello guys, today I would like to do an important video. We have total solar eclipse coming on 21st of this month. So I would like to give some insights and precautions that everybody has to follow for this eclipse. Thank you. Now let's start. So we have a bigger total solar eclipse forming on this 21st of June. So whenever there is an eclipse, you have to understand that a major transformation, major shift is happening with respect to worldly changes or changes at individual level or individual's life level. Eclipses are very important. They transform you, they transform the world, they transform the society. So if you look at the mundane level, what is the impact this eclipse is going to have on India? First, let us read that. India, considering the ascendant as Cancer, this eclipse is forming in the 12th house. There are 5 planets involving in eclipse that everybody has to know. This eclipse is not auspicious for Gemini and Taurus bonds, especially Gemini bonds. They have to be extra careful. We don't need to fear. What eclipse does? Eclipse is a catalyst of negative energy. If there is a suffering, there is already a suffering for an individual. The eclipse, whatever eclipse it is, it intensifies, it amplifies that suffering. And after eclipse, post eclipse, so everything will be kind of consolidated. You feel like a big transformation within you. So you don't need to worry when I say this is not auspicious for Gemini and Taurus. It means that it brings some change. It indicates you have been going through a painful journey, and this eclipse is end of it, the end of your painful journey. So you will start your new, refreshing and peaceful journey post eclipse. So let us see at mundane level. So at mundane level for India, the eclipse is happening in the 12th house and 5 planets are involving in this. The major planets that are involving in eclipse are Rahu, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus. These 5 planets will be in Gemini during eclipse time. The eclipse starts on 21st June morning 10:15 a.m. The midpoint being around 11:45, 12 p.m. and the end time is around close to 2 p.m. Okay, so what changes this eclipse will bring? How this is impacting India? So if we see the current problem the India has been struggling with, it is same as we are in same boat with other countries, except the death rate is very low, the recovery rate is close to 50%. But the virus, it has been spiking exponentially, increasing. So the eclipse indicates the peak of this suffering for India. So post eclipse, you see the graph going down with respect to numbers, sufferings, number of cases, number of deaths. So India will see big improvement after this eclipse with respect to corona. And after this eclipse, because most of the planets come out of Rahu Ketu axis, so we are all close to normal life. At some point of time, in September, October, so we may forget about coronavirus. We'll be totally close to normal life. Yes, we'll be taking some precautions, we'll be conscious of how to act upon in social life, because like experts say that corona will exist for few more years, so we need to be well prepared to live with corona by taking some precautions so that we are not affected of it because of it. So when it comes to India, so 12th house stands for, what is 12th house? 12th house is loss, expenses, hospitals, suffering, spirituality, foreign countries, MNCs who are operating in India that belong to foreign countries, addictions. These are all mainly seen from 12th house. So these energies, they'll be intensified by eclipse time. So people see lot of layoffs in corporate MNC space, and at the same time after eclipse, new hiring, new opportunities will come. So you don't need to worry about that. And corona, the intensity of corona will definitely go down after post eclipse, but till eclipse, like fingers crossed, like we have to be very careful. So these are the areas that will have impact. The foreign policies also, 12th comes under 12th house, and the immigration policies, visa policies, and uh, the government policies, the government's new announcements with respect to restructuring the economy. So lot many things will happen because this is happening in the 12th house. So let us come to individual level, like for each moon sign. So as I mentioned, because this eclipse is happening in Gemini, so the Gemini born moon sign people, they have to be extra cautious. So if they already have some issues, known issues that they have been struggling, they need to try to calm down the situation and remain isolated. If things are not good, keep calm and raise your endurance level. Don't lose your temper, because for Gemini, uh, it has impact on relations and relationship, especially the seventh house. Ketu is there, and in the sign there are 5 planets. So Gemini people, they have to be cautious of their health and their relationships when it comes to eclipse. And even for Taurus, it is operating the second house. So the things in the family, they don't seem to be promising. They don't see peace of mind. Many issues, lot of expenditure, less income, and people get into a depression mode, because second house is a house of self expression, lot of negative thinking. So Taras moon sign bones also, they have to be cautious, and they take precautions so that they don't directly expose to this eclipse. And for Aries, this is good because this is happening in the third house. They see new opportunities in the marketplace. For Cancer, I already mentioned, like it is in the 12th house, so they don't need to much worry, but they have to take care of their health, mental health also. For Leo, this eclipse is auspicious because it is happening in 11th house. So usually the malefic planets in 11th house, they does very well. So they see big changes in their life during this phase. So usually whenever there is an eclipse, the impact of eclipse is seen 15 days before eclipse and 15 days after eclipse. So the total impact is for 30 days. You have to calculate any eclipse. And for Virgo, the eclipse is happening in the 10th house. So they see a lot of changes, structural changes, restructuring in the corporate, their team, project level. They see new opportunities. The situation will be a bit tense for them because it's a house of career for them. Their bosses may change, their subordinates may change, the kind of nature of work and their duties may change. And for Libra, this eclipse is happening in 9th house. So they have to take care of their father's health, and 9th house is also house of travel. So situations may necessitate them to travel, but it's better they avoid it, because they have third house represents short travels. There is Ketu, and the 5 planets in the Gemini aspecting Ketu. So So these are the things, and they have to be optimistic. uh, so their luck, their fortunes, so they see that it is fluctuating. They never know where they are heading. For scorpions, it is in 8th house. Definitely they see like it's a transformational phase for them. Lot of changes they see after this eclipse. This eclipse may bring, before eclipse, the time is kind of testing time for them. They feel a bit tense and nervous kind of circumstances, situations, because it is happening in the 8th house. For Sagittarius people, it is directly operating in the 7th house. So 7th house is spouse, partner, relationships, business partners. So Sagittarius people also, they have to be very very careful, because if they have any health issues, they may aggravate. And for Capricorn, it is happening in the 6th house, which is auspicious. Your enemies will be in trouble. So you are in good shape with respect to eclipse. And for Aquarius, it is in 5th house. Enemies try to threaten you. uh, they try to backstab, and they try to gossip about you. And you have to keep tab on your health also, because it is 6th house, and you are worried about your finances, debts. And for Pisces, it is happening in 4th house. So there is no peace at home. You may experience some disturbance at home because of many things, because there are 5 planets affecting your 4th house. So you have to monitor your mother's health as well. You have to be very careful when you are driving. So usually whenever there are eclipses happening, we have to be cautious and conscious of those days, and take some precautions not to go out and directly exposed to the eclipse rays, especially few signs I mentioned: the Mrugashira star bonds, and Gemini sign moon sign bonds, Taurus moon sign bonds, Sagittarius moon sign bonds. I recommend not to go outside on 21st June. And because the eclipse happens in the morning 10:15, try to have breakfast before 8, so that it won't create any digestion problems. So from 10:50, it starts at 10:15, and the midpoint is close to 12 p.m. That's the time. So if you have this lifestyle of worshipping, doing meditation and all, you better do in this during this phase from 10:15 to 1 p.m. Because like it said that whatever meditation worship that we do during eclipse time, it will have multifold effect. It acts as a storage, and that will secure and save you for years. So I want people to utilize this as an opportunity, not to fear about or worry about it. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please click on the like button, subscribe to it. If you want more information, visit my website www.trendingastro.com. Thank you.